It's time now to take another look at a piece of her state's fascinating past.
And a sensational crime that rocked a prominent Omaha family back in 1900. Joining us now with more is Chris Goforth with the Nebraska State Historical Society. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Yeah, so what do you have for us today?
Yeah, the kidnapping of 16-year-old Edward Cudahy Jr. He was the son of a prominent Omaha meatpacker. It was one of the most sensational crimes in Nebraska history. The boy was seized on December 18, 1900 as he returned home from running an errand. A ransom note was delivered to the Cudahy family demanding $25,000 in gold for his safe return. The following evening, Edward Cudahy Sr. paid the ransom and the boy was returned unharmed several hours later. It was several days before that the name of a principal suspect, Pat Crow, emerged. Crow had already achieved some notoriety for some other crimes, and he also had a grudge against the Cudahy meatpacking business. And then Omaha's three daily newspapers gave the crime and its suspected perpetrator extensive coverage. Reports of the picturesque and flamboyant Crow flowed into Omaha for 5 years, and it wasn't until October 2nd of 1905 that Crow was finally arrested in Butte, Montana. Now, since kidnapping had been such an infrequent crime in Nebraska, the state had no kidnapping statute. And so Crow was charged with robbery of the ransom money from Edward Cudahy Sr., for which he was tried in February of 1908. After 17 hours of deliberation, the jury returned a verdict of not guilty, and Crow got away with the crime.
Wow, that is amazing. I'm amazed they came up with that verdict.
Yeah, and it's really amazing when you look into the story a little bit more, which will be featured on our Nebraska History podcast on January 16th. The media really sensationalized the story, almost making the police department look as if they were ill-equipped to handle the situation, and really painted Pat Crow as almost a quote-unquote modern-day Robin Hood.
Wow, very interesting.
Chris, speaking of your podcast, how often do you do those?
So we do those every other week. We release every other Thursday morning. So we had one last week on January 2nd. So our next one will be January 16th, and we follow that schedule every other Thursday morning. And we have a lot of great episodes planned already for the first few months. So encourage people to check it out. You can enjoy some great history about Nebraska, no matter where you are, whether you're in the car, in the field, in the office. You can take it with you wherever you go.
Oh, that's a great idea. And you know, where do people go to get more information, not only on the podcast, but maybe other areas where they can get more information?
Yeah, if you don't want to wait every other week, I totally understand. Go to our website, history.nebraska.gov. You can get great information there. Also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and you can find a lot of really cool things about Nebraska history.
Yeah, and when it's cold outside, good place to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a note, this Thursday, the 9th, is going to be the day of mourning for President Carter, and the Nebraska History Museum and our headquarters will be closed that day, but we'll be open our regular hours outside of that, and you can find those on the website, history.nebraska.gov.
All right.
Good to know.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year.